So if you're just joining me back, hi. I got kind of bumped off as my child needed me. So I'm popping back on here and just sharing my traveler's notebook if you weren't on before. So I'm just gonna wait just a minute or two to see if people that were on before are gonna come back and join. Hi. I'm so happy you guys are here, and thanks for coming back after. So I gave the kid a snack, and he's not happy because I told him he's not allowed to play on the iPad right now. So because he always needs help, and I just like to kind of watch him when he's doing it. So just be cognizant, is that the right word, of how much he's on. Anyway, okay, so back to what we were doing. So this insert, which is super fun, Japanese insert, came inside this lovely plastic thing. Yes, so we're talking about staggering sizes. So normally, a lot of people wouldn't buy this. One, because the cover is not for people, but I knew that we could take it out of this plastic thing. Oh, by the way, I already just stuck this in. So the insert is from Kinokuniya in New York, and it's a Japanese insert. It's monthly, and then, you know what, I wonder, oh no, it's monthly, and then there's notes at the back, and then in the front it has, I really like this, it seems like big events for the year, and for each month, and then this is the year at a glance, which I really, really wanted, because I really like this. I used to have one in my Filofax when I used Ringbound Planner. So now it was on sale. It was over 50% off, which I love, a good bargain. I just popped this off. Of course, it's a kind of crafty color inside, which is perfect for me. But I will probably put something pretty inside here. For now, I just put this Heidi Swap mink thing that I got that just has... it has the month on it, and this can be gold foiled once I get all my stuff back after the move, but for now it's not. So anyway, so this is going to go in here, and you know, I love the playing with different sizes. So this is a personal size dashboard, Le Petit, personal size, whatever you want to call it. And I don't think that it's a bad thing. Like, people like layers with clothing. People like layers with you know, with lots of different things, but then we get nervous about it when it comes to our traveler's notebook for some reason. So I'm kind of someone who doesn't believe you should be scared. You know, it's yours, and just make it work for yourself. So I'm going to pop this in. I can tell you about this one. So this is a pocket that would probably fit in a standard size Midori. What I did was I took a piece of acetate, I put packing tape and packing tape, and popped it in there. So now I have a pocket. Thank you, Nicola. And so it works for me. It's just something that, you know, and I actually like that the pocket doesn't come all the way out, because then you can kind of peek at whatever. I guess that's why I like the layered look, because I can kind of peek at whatever else is behind it. I don't lose something that might be pretty just because it's in the back. So I'm going to stick this in somehow, some way. So that's going to go in my first section. Okay. So that's that. So I have, this will be the monthly, and see, it's already, I mean, it might move around a little bit, but I don't think that it's a bad thing that it's not the full size. I think that just, you know, making it work for you is, you don't need to live by any set of rules for a traveler's notebook. This, for instance, I made this dashboard. This was, again, I did the acetate on one side, tape, and I just laminated an old cover of a Real Simple magazine. That's what this is from. And then there was, you know, there's that label with like your name on it or whatever. I popped a sticker on because I didn't want that. And I actually made this look, I had ripped this out with plans of maybe doing like punches or something. But when it came down to it, I was like, you know what? I kind of really like that messy ripped look. So I'm just going to leave it. So you can probably see I laminated right over that messy look. In here, I currently have one of my boho cottage inserts. So let me see if I can, I'm going to take it out actually. Boop, boop, boop. So that needs to be put in somewhere else. But I have a boho cottage insert in here. This is a week on 2 page, Monday start. And I don't use it. As you can see, it is completely empty. I have it in here as an in-case situation. So I think I'm actually going to take it out for now because I'm not using it this week, and I'm going to take it out because it doesn't need to be in here. So here's what I wanted to really show you when it comes down to it. Oh, I just missed that comment. I'm sorry. If you want to write it again. I wanted to really kind of go through what else I do with a no rules take on it. And that is my actual insert. I don't know, when people say what kind of system do you use, I don't know what to tell them because I don't have a system. Oh, thank you, Nicola. I appreciate that. I don't have a system. I sometimes journal. I sometimes list. I sometimes take notes. I sometimes do things. So when you look through, and sometimes my pages are blank. And I really think that sometimes letting go of, oh, good. I'm glad somebody else is like me. You know, like this, I had plans of journaling here, and it didn't happen. But these didn't work for what I wanted to do next. So I just kind of did that. And I know that this might really, really bother people where it seems like half finished or, you know, but this is what, I just do what works for that time being. And so I'll have a page like this where this is, hey Tori, thanks for coming back. Like this is a week on, you know, it's just stuff that I needed to do throughout the week. You know, something about going away. I have, a Hafez quote about God circled on a map. I wanted to look it up. Oh no, I hope it's not me kicking you off because I am on the hotel internet. Let me know, you guys, if you think it's me. But, yeah, so I was talking about something about the hummingbird. So I have this, and it's pretty. Okay, all right. I'm sorry your internet's acting up, Tori, and I hope your baby's feeling better. So anyway, so this is all pretty. Great, right? Like this is something I would post on Instagram, for instance, and say, look at my gorgeous spread. And then the next day, I don't even think it's the next day. I don't even know what this is. I mean, it's just, you know, it's a quote that I wrote down. I don't know what this number even is anymore, but apparently I needed it for something. $8.75 a month, like what? I don't know. But this is something that I needed to take notes on at the time. So, and that was the next page. So that's what I did. I wanted to test out some fountain pens for somebody or some pens on the Moleskine. And so I did that, and I did that here. Now, for instance, and then this was a list that I wanted to start about things that I want to do. So this is an ongoing list, which is why I left 2 pages. Then I journaled a little bit about gratitude. I got called away from my kids, and I stopped. Now, like I said, this would bother a lot of people. A lot of people couldn't work like this and would feel crazy with unfinished pages. I don't get like that because that's my life. You know, I just had to stop a a commonplace book. I kind of really love the term for that, Jen. Is that something you just came up with? Can I steal it? Or is it like a thing that I don't know what it's about? But yeah, like so for every, I think my true, I guess, message to people is that for every time, it's much like life, for every time that you see something like this posted on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you might be, that right behind it is this nonsense. There's, oh, it is a thing. I'm going to have to look that up because I should probably have already known that term. But it's kind of like life where with other stuff on Instagram where, you see people with like their perfect kids and everything seems so lovely. And why don't they have the problems with their kids that I have with mine? And then, but really they don't have a perfect life. And I think that's kind of how I think of my traveler's notebook. So for every nice page, there's one shortly before or after it that's not so nice. This book I had originally intended to work on my my holiday inserts, and it didn't work out that I was doing that. And so I ended up writing down different gift ideas here. Also, a lot of times if you see something like this, it usually means that I screwed up on this page. That's usually what it means, or that it bled through or something like that, and that I needed to cover it up. And so I just kind of do a take two. I like this quote: "Wear gratitude like a cloak and it will feed every corner of your life." I really like that one. This didn't work out the way that I wanted to. Sometimes you just gotta cover stuff up. But sometimes I make it pretty, and then other times I literally, like this is when we were first taking a look at the Scottsdale area, and I just started writing notes about some different areas, what I was finding. I think I was talking with Nancy of Tweety Pie Collage and what planners we had, what we're going to use them for. I was thinking about what name I should call. I started a Facebook group called Spiritual Journaling and Planning, and I was thinking about a name for it. Just jotting things down. Here's, somebody that I was supposed to contact, and then here's a quote. It says, even as we enter into the possibilities of all this year holds, we need to remember it's just another day. Each day we decide which way we're going to go. Oh yeah, so this wasn't a quote. This was when I was going to be periscoping. And then the next day is pretty. So I think that if people kind of step back from the rules a little bit, they might learn to be more comfortable with the way things kind of fall into place. So originally I was going to journal over here. It didn't happen. And now it's just a blank page with a quote on this side. And that's life. Over here, I was testing out some markers. I wanted to see how it was going. Things I needed to get done before we moved. And this is something that I do like to try to do. So it's my have to do and then my motivation. So this one says, God wouldn't put you through a storm without giving you the grace to weather it, because this was all about my moving things and it was getting a little overwhelming. Next page is, what even is this? Oh, this is about schools and and some facial cleansers. Some more testing, power sheets. I mean, it's just really, I have absolutely no rules. So this was the week of moving. I started writing things out and then it stopped. Again, this is one of Lise Hoffman's stickers that I really, really love. She does watercolor limited edition stickers that I highly recommend. Sometimes my quotes get messy and I'm not a big fan of them and I decide not to do anything more. So this says, the moment you accept total responsibility for everything in your life is the moment you can claim the power to change anything in your life, which I really loved. This one day at a time, I took some notes over here, so I didn't want to use this. And then this was just the other day. I worked on this with some of this. So this, I only have a couple pages left, and I feel like I'm done with this insert. I know I could finish it off with these last, I think there's like 10 pages left. I could continue using it, but I feel like I'm done with this. I feel like I'm ready to move on with one. So I'm going to archive that, and I'm moving on to, thank you, Nicola. I'm moving on to a new Moleskine. I just took a sticker on the front, make it a little more interesting. And then I'm doing the Back to Basic planning challenge with Tweety Pie Collage and Rita's Stationery Menace, Rita Sadani. How do I archive? Just like this, it goes in a box. And I don't keep all of them, I must say. I also, a lot of times, it's going to sound horrible, but a lot of times I will rip things out that I, like if this only had a few things that I liked in it, you know, and it's mostly to-dos or something like that, or these, I will rip out what's important to me. I will simply staple it together, and then it goes in like this little binder folder that I have. Of course, it's on a moving truck right now. But it's kind of, again, that no rules, that messy, yeah, I wrote on myself before. You know, just however I can keep it, because I'm going to be the one, you know, maybe someday someone else will look at it, but I'm going to be the one that's really looking at it in all those years from now. So this I did last night. So this is the first page. Yeah, that too. You can always paste it in a new one, which is something that I had thought about doing with some old pages from like years ago, because I was like, wow, this is super relevant now and what I was journaling about. But yeah, anyway. So I did this last night, and it has nothing to do with planning. It is, thank you, Rebecca. Like last night, I didn't think that I would be writing this big. I got to here and I realized distractions wasn't going to fit. I'm really trying to embrace the watercolor thing, and I love the crinkly page. If you're a stationery person, I feel like you must love crinkly page, that sound of a crinkle page. And so this is going to go in here. This is my new insert. And it's just ready to pop in, and whatever goes on the next page goes on the next page. It's probably honestly going to be some notes from finding a new house, because that is always fun. So I'm going to pop this in here, and so that'll be like that. I wanted to also talk about an old insert. So this is an older insert. Whoop. I don't use it very much. It just catches some random journaling style things, or if I have, like this is a light bulb moment. If you're going to be brave, you're going to fall. Brene Brown. In here I typed up in her book, Rising Strong, she has Manifesto of the Brave and Brokenhearted. And I wrote in here, I typed up that actual manifesto of the Brave and Brokenhearted. Do you guys want me to read it to you? I don't know if you want to hear it or not. But it is just, it's really powerful. Thanks, Nicola. So, you do want to hear it? Okay. All right. I will read it, because I know that it gets a little fuzzy, so you wouldn't be able to see it. So, there's no greater threat to the critics and cynics and fearmongers than those of us who are willing to fall because we have learned how to rise. With skinned knees and bruised hearts, we choose owning our stories of struggle over hiding, over hustling, over pretending. When we deny our stories, they define us. When we run from struggle, we are never free. So we turn towards truth and look it in the eye. We will not be characters in our stories, not villains, not victims, not even heroes. We are the authors of our lives. That I love. We write our own daring endings. We craft love from heartbreak, compassion from shame, grace from disappointment, courage from failure. Showing up is our power. Story is our way home. Truth is our song. We are the brave and brokenhearted. We are rising strong. And during the time especially, it spoke to me. And just being brave. And this whole thing about, you're going to fall. And that's why light bulb moment, I put with the light bulbs, yada, yada. So sometimes I get weird about reading. This was, where is that from? That is from Brene Brown, her book, Rising Strong. But if you look up Manifesto of the Brave and Brokenhearted, it'll pop up. And she probably even has some pretty print or something that you can download. So, yeah, this is, of course. So this just happens. I bled through on here, so I needed to cover it. But I just wrote some different quotes. It's hand lettering. This one didn't work out. A goal should scare you a little and excite you a lot. I played with this. My point of this, showing you this insert though, is that it's kind of a permanent fixture in my traveler's notebook. And the reason is not necessarily for what's inside, but for what's outside. Because I really, really love that when I close this, I have the lace over here. And it gives this whole kind of, like you can see, it gives this kind of layered, fun, funky effect of all these different sizes that just works for me. And so I could probably, I could put this in, or I could make a dashboard that would stick back here. But for now, this one works for me, just to keep it back here and kind of a little peek out of the lace. So that's something that I love. This pencil, gotta tell you, look at that. Can you see it? It's a mechanical pencil that I picked up at Kinokuniya, and I love it because it's mechanical, but it looks like an old school pencil. So that's really it. And then I just stick in, I have in here, I have different stickers, a couple pictures. One thing I do with my stickers, or that, I should say here. So I have all different kinds of ephemera and stuff that I keep in here. Just different pictures. If I've drawn something on a sticker, things that I can stick in kind of at any point. Oh, Jen, it seems like you're having some troubles, and I hope that it's not for me. I wanted to show you this. This is what I wanted to show you. So these were free printables from Pinterest that I found. They're free Erin Condren sticker printables. I printed them out on regular paper. And as I keep them in strips because it's easier than all the little pieces. And if I need something fast, I just look through for something that might fit. I clip it, I, double sticky tape, whatever, and I pop it in my notebook. So that's something that's definitely worked for me. These are Reset Girl stickers, business cards. Yes, Tori, I think, did I send you, they also have some beautiful faith-based ones. Are those the ones that I sent you? I think so. So, stickers and different ephemera things, you can find a lot of free, amazing things out there. And it doesn't have to be on sticker paper. Like, even just because it says stickers, doesn't have to be on sticker paper. You have glue, you have tape because you're a planner girl, and you make it work. So, yeah, so that's kind of my setup. I'm not sure. I'm kind of feeling like maybe I should use this insert. It's just so structured for me, and I feel like for some reason when I leave this blank, or if I write in one day, I feel like I didn't write things down. But if I leave like a day-to-day one down, a day-to-day one blank, it's not as crazy for me. It doesn't upset me in any way. So yeah, that's it. This right here, this is a personal size dashboard from the Foxy Fix. I believe what they do, she sent me this, but I believe what they do is you can pick, the Traveler's Notebook. The Traveler's Notebook is a wide, actually. So it fits the standard size. This is a Moleskine. This is ephemera from Tweety Pie Collage, if anybody's curious. But this is the like medium size Moleskine notebook. I love the wide because I feel like it's not, the regular standard would be like this big. So you would chop off about an inch here, an inch and a half. But it doesn't cut anything down this way. And for me, that extra space does so much for how much I'm able to write. I just feel like it's more of a typical page size for me. So that works. Are you getting a traditional A5, Jen? I haven't seen that. Because this is, so it's interesting because Muji, where is that notebook? I was talking yesterday, I use a lot of Muji notebooks, M-U-J-I, and they call this an A5. I don't know if you can see it, but it says A5, which is like, well, it's not A5 though, because A5 would be 5.5 by 8.25, right? It's a half sheet of paper, and this is more narrow than that, so it's interesting. All the TN notebooks are interesting. So all the different sizes and things. I can't figure out, maybe you girls can help me out. I can't figure out what to do with this notebook. I'm kind of nervous that, you know what, maybe I'll use it just as my family planner. Like this will stay out so my husband can see it. I got this and I was thinking maybe I could cut it down, but I bought it before I got that other insert. That one from Kinokuniya. So I don't really need that one anymore because I have this. So, did anybody else get that notification just then? Oh, yeah. I know. I've been thinking about different, sizes and stuff. Kind of expanding my horizons, but I'm just comfy in this, and that way it also, what I like is that I can stick in these smaller sizes or like the standard size pocket, whatever size this is, B6 or something like that, because it's the same width, but not the same height. So yeah, that's really it. I'm going to turn this around unless you guys want to see anything else. Let's see. Hi. So that's really it, but I wanted to, if you didn't catch the first, let me get comfy for a second, but if you didn't catch the first part of this scope before my son really needed me, it was about living without, yes, you're welcome, of course, Jen, about having no rules. There's just, I think that we are okay. We want to be okay with having no rules. We want to be okay with living a little bit messy sometimes, and a lot of times we're not. Or we want to live by the rules that for some reason we feel that the planner community is doing, and we want ours to look like somebody else's planner. And what I say to that is, sure, make a page look like somebody else's, go for it. But still do you. You're you, and you have a beautiful style, no matter whether you think so or not, it's you. And you can try to use somebody as inspiration. I would say copy. Copy, of course, has this bad connotation with it. But that's how I started doing like calligraphy and things. I started looking at how, why do her E's when you're writing an E? Why why do her E's look so much prettier than mine? And how can I make it my own by looking at her technique, watching her technique? And it's the same thing when it comes to planning. You can use different ephemera pieces if that's sort of your thing. You can use stamping. You can use watercolor. And you can do all of it. And the next page can be messy notes that you took on the phone while you are talking to your kid's doctor, or that lawyer that you need to hire for something, or somebody, whatever it might be. And I think that that's really the no rules mentality, the just let it be. It definitely is not for everybody, but maybe somebody on here might find something and feel a little bit more okay that every page in your planner doesn't need to be beautiful. It doesn't need to be completely filled in. It doesn't need to be anything. It needs to be whatever it is. And then if it ends up not being what you were hoping it was, or hoping it would be, that you can go back and fix it. Glue goes a long way. You just put a little paper right on top of that and start over. You can go back and write more, or you can just let it be and know that that time has passed. Something came and took your attention away, and that's all right. I'm probably just not making too much sense at this point, but I hope that maybe people will find a little bit of inspiration in embracing the imperfect. So, thanks, Jen. It's just, I don't know, I've been finding lately, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but people are kind of trying to do different methods of planning, or that if you're in an Erin Condren, it can only be one way, or a traveler's notebook, it has to be one way, or you need specific inserts, or you have to do bullet journaling, or this or that or this, and people can get overwhelmed. I have one person I'm thinking of in particular where she's really struggling with what system. Okay, bye Nicola, thanks for stopping on. Have a wonderful day. But one person I know of in particular is really, really struggling because she's not finding a quote-unquote system that's working for her. And it's hard for me to see because it's instead of what's not working for you, what is working for you, and what might be working for you today might not be what works for you tomorrow. And that's just the way life is. So, anyway, now I'm babbling and my kid's yelling at me. So, yes, bits and pieces, borrow from here, borrow from there, and create your own. Very good way of putting it. Thank you, Jen. Okay, I'm going to run, and you can always reach out to me if you want to chat personally, or if you have any question or something you want to see. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Bye.